What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the hollow layered Grandmaster. God, Bungie, you really did it this time, didn't you? Let's go over this build. So for this particular Grandmaster, you've got the Festering Rapture. When defeated, Scorn Strikers spawn mini Screebs. That sucks. Unstoppable champions, overload champions. Of course, we have the Grandmaster modifiers. We also have match game. Obviously, your loadouts will be locked. Extinguish. We also are going to have at the very end here incoming stasis damage, which we'll have to watch for. But overall, most of this GM's pretty manageable. The boss room can be pretty chaotic, but if you watch to the end, you'll kind of see how we play that out. As far as loadouts, I will be running my Mr. Napalm loadout. You can check out the link to that video up top. But basically, you're going to be using this on bottom tree Dawnblade. You're going to be really pushing hard on explosions and ad clear. And of course, the Phoenix Dive can save your life quite a bit in this particular Nightfall. Solar Grenade is the best as you get more area of effect. As far as the loadout, I'm using an explosive head bow. Doesn't really matter which one. I'm rocking Telesto, and I'll be rocking a Reed's Regret. Any linear with Vorpal will work great. Fellwinter's Helm, due to the changes to the bottom tree, you're going to get that debuff from your grenades and other explosions, which is just really nice, again, to help keep those ad clears down. And then, of course, I'm running a well system. If you want a little more detail on this particular loadout, check out that video. And you can really go through the whys and why nots of what I am running here. Other than that, my teammates will be rocking another Telesto, and then we'll also have a Divinity. The other Telesto player is going to be rocking Aeon Gauntlets so we can keep our ammunition up. And I'm running a special finisher just in case we need some special for the Div or the Telestos. So overall, pretty well-rounded build. We'll have a Shadebinder Warlock and then a Revenant Hunter. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got going on. So for the first part, it's pretty straightforward. Just kind of progress yourself forward, killing champions. The Divinity paired with the linears is really nice because you can take down champs and boss types pretty quickly and save yourself a lot of time. And it keeps that ammo economy just a little bit better because you're not blowing 5 or 6 linear shots each. Instead, you're just doing like 2 to 3. Snipers are a problem, so always watch snipers. This first room, there's going to be one to the top right. And then a bunch of ads. You'll see Telesto is the besto. It does clean up stuff really nicely. And then you'll just see how quickly we take down champs. Progressing in the next room, you'll have a bunch of ads. You'll have a big boy. And then you'll have 2 unstoppables. Watch out for the grenades. The grenades also are extremely dangerous. For this particular Nightfall, I am running double arc resist as it helps me survive in the boss room a bit more, and we'll talk about that when we get there. So for here, again, we're just calling out when we're using Divinity and when we're not using Divinity so we can focus our fire and we can just melt the bigger, tankier things pretty quickly. Okay. One thing in this room to watch out for, there is a little doorway to the top left, and there's a sniper up in there, so just be mindful of that. Again, the sniper's hurt. It is a Grandmaster, so pretty much everything can one-bang you. You'll also have a sniper to the left of this room too, and that one up top. Okay, once you progress through that, then we'll start moving our way into the first counterweight room. Biggest problems in the counterweight room is going to be snipers. I highly suggest just doing it from the door. Making sure that someone's prioritizing snipers while the other 2 people are kind of working on some ad. The grenades can kill you, like I said. Just be mindful of that. That was the second time I died to those grenades. That'll be the last. Okay. So as we clean up some ads, we'll get most of that stuff done. Watch out for the squeebs. Alright, so you'll see I'm going to start prioritizing those snipers. What I'm usually going to try and do is get a couple of shots off, then blow up the barrel, and that'll take care of them. That's left one. While my teammates are kind of getting Divinity on, we'll get rid of that Unstoppable. And we'll get rid of this guy too. Now in this particular room, I will lead off with my super, and we are going to do the staged strat where you only let it go down just enough to spawn the ads, but not the tank, and then you can clean the ads and all of that before you start working on the tank. You'll see here with my super, it does a great job at just really cleaning things up, and will get things going. Even in your super, the snipers can't kill you, so just be careful of that. Okay, so I'll kill most of it. I'll lay some stuff out with Telesto. Again, watch out for the mini squeebs, they suck. And then we'll start working the Unstoppables. Again, with Divinity and Linears, they go right down. Okay, now we've got the other one. You'll see someone did step on the plate there by accident, but that's okay. We'll still be able to take out that tank. Okay, and we're just gonna get him down a little bit before we start using linears, and then we'll take him out, and then you'll just see us just clean this thing up. Okay, pretty easy. If you don't one bang that tank, it's gonna spawn another round of ads, which is really annoying, so just make sure that you are all in there and just laying on it. Alright, pretty easy. So next part, there'll be another Unstoppable and a few trash ads. We'll just clean all those up. Again, we're trying to get some heavy ammo if we can. If not, we'll just take them out. One easy way to die in this particular area is those little mini squeebs, so watch out when you're killing those stalkers. Alright, now we got the double counterweight room. So first thing we're going to do is just try and kill things right off the bat and clean up the room. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll just kind of transition the weights one at a time and clean up ads and then finish one and then move to the left. So when you first come in here, there's another 2 overloads. And again, watch out for the squeebs and the grenades. Once we get those down, then what we can start working on is the next wave of ads. The first counterweight that you drop is going to drop 2 shielded chieftains, 1 arc and 1 solar. Sometimes it's 1 void, 1 solar. It's kind of random. But just make sure that you're taking care of those. Particle deconstruction and Telesto will just destroy shields, but if you do happen to have a tarantula, then you'll be in good shape there too, but not necessary. I'll also pop my super once we get to that chieftain area, just to clean everything up, but just be mindful again of all the squeebs that come off of these strikers, because there will be a lot. Okay, you'll have one small wave of ads. Just clean those up, and then we'll just drop that counterweight all the way. And then you'll have that bigger round of ads, and that's where I'll pop my super again. Don't be afraid to pop supers to clean up ads, because it's just going to make your life a lot easier, speed things up quite a bit. But again, the nice thing with this super is it does such a great job with all the explosions. You get in a hard spot, you can just use that Phoenix dive. Watch out for snipers. Again, they'll take you right out of your super. Alright, once you have that done, then we'll start the next weight. You have a couple rounds of ads there, no more chieftains, and then once you get done with that weight, then the Vengeful Hand will come out. Alright, when the Vengeful Hand comes out, we're going to try and quickly clean up ads as best we can. And then we are going to use Divinity and Linears and get this guy down. The Vengeful Hand is really annoying because his crit spot is so tiny, so the Divinity does a nice job just making sure that you can get his crit spot down. When Vengeful Hand does get to about half life, he will spawn yet another overload, so you'll have two to deal with, but we like to get rid of him because he can hit us at range, and then we'll start working on the rest of the overloads. Once you get the Vengeful Hand all the way down, deal with those overloads, and then you'll progress to the next area. Alright, as you get into this next area, don't forget to snag the snipers. There's going to be one on the right, one on the left. If you go far right before you get to those little spinny wheels, you can really focus on them from there. And then there'll be an overload right at the top, and we'll just do the same thing that we've been doing. So we'll get the Divinity on him and just get him melted so he's out of our way. And the next area is where your grenade is going to be super great. What we'll end up doing is once all the ads come out, I'm going to go ahead and slap my grenade out there, and you'll see how many I can actually get with just the one grenade. Okay, and then two snipers, one on each side. Again, snipers are the biggest problem with all of this particular Nightfall. So just making sure that you're getting all those down. So I'll focus on those while my partners are working on the rest of the ads and then starting to stun the unstoppables. Okay, now we've got all that done. Now all we've got left to do is just to deal with these unstoppables. We'll get them down pretty quickly, and then we'll progress to the boss room. Now the boss room is arguably one of the hardest parts of the entire GM, but we'll kind of walk you through our strat and how that works. But basically we're going to live on the right side, and we're going to try and keep his aggro with the electric field on the ground, either to the very top right or to the top bottom left where the stairs are. And then it's really important to time the damage on this boss. If you just lay everything into him, you'll find out that it becomes more problematic. So the cadence of damaging the boss is going to be damage him till he's about a quarter down. He'll spawn ads on the right. Damage him another quarter. He'll spawn some ads to the left. And then once those are down, you damage him the rest of that bar, and then he'll spawn the first large wave of ads in the middle. So it's really important that you just get those ads to the right spawn, stop damaging the boss, take care of the ads. Get the ads to the left to spawn, stop damaging the boss, take care of the ads, and then make the boss disappear. And then again, this is where supers will go into place. With the bottom tree Dawn, you can take the full double spawn in the middle all by yourself. So again, it's a really nice ad clear, and you'll find how great it really is. Okay, so we got those done. We're gonna get the ads to the left spawn. Okay. Okay, they're spawning in. Use your Telesto to just, blanket the floors a little bit, and you'll find that they'll just kind of funnel to you, and you won't have any problems. He does spawn a sniper on each round, so just make sure that you definitely prioritize getting him down. Okay. Now we've got all those ads down. Now we can just take the boss down to his next phase, so that we can work on the next big round of ads. Okay. Ads are down. Watch out for the incessant amount of squeebs. Just make sure your partners are standing back, as you'll be up in the air, so they're not going to affect you. Most of them will get killed by the explosions, but unfortunately, sometimes they kind of squirrel their way around, so just be mindful of the little squeebs. There'll be an overload in this particular round, so once you get all the ads down, you'll deal with him last. Again, Divinity and just Telestos will just clean them up really quick. Okay, perfect. Okay, boss will come back out at this point, and so I'm gonna just run real quick, grab some ammo. You saw there that my one of my partners got one shot by the boss. That's where the double arc resist will help you. With the double arc resist, you can tank one of his shots. It'll leave you with about a quarter of health, but without double, it's just a one tap. So I'm just gonna reposition the boss a little bit so that I can get that res. And once we do that, then we'll be in good shape. You'll see in this particular boss fight, I did leave this one in because I thought it was a good indicator of how strong this particular build is. Not only am I the only one alive here, but I'm going to be able to clutch this, get both reses. There'll also be another moment when I'm also the only one up. Same thing, my super saves my life, and I'm able to, again, gather the rest of the team and continue on. Where some other subclasses probably would have led to some death. Okay, so here you'll get him down another quarter, and then he will tether. When you're tethering, walk backwards, and you will move towards the boss a lot slower. After the tether, you'll have a round of ads. So you'll dispatch those again before any more boss damage. Really, the goal of this boss fight is to not just destroy and melt the boss, because the more damage you do, the more ads he gets. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of damage there, and then we'll have the next round of ads coming in. And those will be across the way on the left. So we're just going to do the same thing. Blanket the stairs, let them come to us, nice and safe, making sure that we didn't lose one off to the side. Okay, and now we will again damage the boss again. We'll get another tether. And we're going to do that same thing. After this tether, you'll have ads to the right, so just be mindful of that. Okay, finally got that last ad down, so we're just going to go ahead, clean it up, and get to the next tether. Okay. Again, making sure that you're walking backwards. Okay, perfect. Okay, adds to the right. Again, popping grenades, popping Telesto shots up there. Again, I'm prioritizing that sniper because I know he'll one-bang me. Okay. Now everything else should be dead. Okay, now this part's where you want to make sure that you've got all your supers. I'm close enough that we didn't have to wait, but if you were missing one or two, then you can hold up on the boss and just get your supers. This wave in the middle will drop 3 rounds, so just be mindful of that. so your bottom tree Dawnblade won't be able to take the brunt of it, so just watch out for that. Okay. So as these lead off, we're going to lead off with the Revenant Hunter. Again, we are Telestoing the floors, keeping things ready to go. Okay, and then we will get Shadebinder going. Okay. Again, you're just helping your friends, watching out for those. Okay. Okay, we lost one, but I do have my super. Okay, I'm going to start the next round with my super once I get this res. Okay. We had one death there, we gotta watch out. My other one got destroyed, so I'm gonna use my Phoenix type to stay alive. And of course I'm going to do it again. Okay, and I still have my super up, but as you can see, I'm able to clean up those ads. And then there's only a few left. I'll just pick off these ads, and then we'll stun this champion, and I'll get the reses. But you know, overall, this is why I really like this loadout. It gives you a ton of survivability. Again, your ad clear is ridiculous, and you're never going to be in a spot where you know, you can't just help clean up. And again, that Phoenix dive saves your life. I can't say it enough. So we'll let the rest of this play out and watch me clutch again for the team, and then we'll get to the last phase. This is where we will kind of hold off a little bit on damaging the boss so that I can get my super back. And we really want to make sure we have supers there, because as the last round of tethers happen, he will spawn some ads on you. So it's nice to have the supers in your pocket so that you can pop one, get out of the tether real quick, clean up the ads so that you're not having to get shot in the air by the ads while you're getting tethered. Okay, just go ahead and stun him. I'll get a res, and then I'll get the heck out of there, and then we'll just do the same thing again. Okay, partner will get that res while I do some damage to the boss, or to the unstoppable. But overall, this is for us the best strat. You know, obviously it's not the fastest. I know there's a lot of people out there that, you know, can get this thing down under 20 minutes. You know, really we're just trying to safely pull this through. This was one of my partner's first completions, so you know, we were just trying to make sure that he understood the cadence of it, really went through all of that. Okay, once you get one more round of damage here, there's going to be another tether. And we're just going to wait here till we get our supers, and then we'll kind of progress through and then get this thing going. So as we were waiting for supers, now we're going to get that tether. We're going to get him broken out of it. I'm just watching just to make sure that we're not going to get attacked. Okay. Now we have those ads crossed on the left. As you get to this last area, he does incessantly spawn those blue things, so it's just really important that you, get everything done. Okay. And once again, Dawnblade's gonna have to be the clutch for us and get this thing taken care of. Okay, and we clutched it up, and so we'll go ahead and just now damage the boss again. We'll get one more tether, and at that point lay everything into him and just melt him up. Don't forget to walk backwards. You won't get sucked in nearly as fast. Other than that, that's the GM. It's a tough one this week, but it's definitely doable. I hope you guys get some good runs in and get some of that sweet loot. Other than that, cheers, Guardians.
We are like trapped in death, a never-ending dance.